by either what you're supposed to do or what you're not supposed to. So I'm going to be something. I'm either going to be a legend or just that tragic full throttle. I'm going all the way.
What's going on, guys? It's Jaron from WebTesters.com, and today we're doing a performance review on the Kobe A.D. Let's get things started with the traction, and Nike brings back two familiar traction patterns from previous Kobe models, but a very small problem with the traction turned into a very major issue. The Kobe 10-like traction pattern in the forefoot works just fine, while the Kobe 6-like traction pattern in the heel mainly goes unnoticed, especially if you're a forefoot heavy player, but when put in situations where it needs to perform, everything checks out just fine. However, I did feel a peeling over sort of effect with the traction in the forefoot, especially on hard cuts and lateral stops. Initially, I thought that this was just a nodule splaying the court, which is what they're supposed to do, but after about 10 hours of use, I noticed that it was the outsole separating from the midsole. The lateral forefoot extends outward a little to create a small outrigger, and this is the area where everything fell apart. I really can't tell if this is a design flaw or if I just got a defective pair, but if these are defective, how many more faulty pairs are out there? And if it is a design flaw, would the outsole have held up if the Kobe A.D didn't sit so high? These are the questions I really don't have the answers to, but what I can tell you is that the Kobe A.D could not handle the amount of torque I was applying to its outsole, and this is something that I've really never seen on any basketball shoe ever, and I've worn a lot of basketball shoes. Moving along to the cushion, Nike goes away from the drop-in midsole technology, which allowed users to customize the cushioning to their liking, and instead provides an encapsulated lunar lawn and heel zoom setup that just is not comfortable at all. The heel zoom unit is basically non-existent even if you do strike or land with your heel, and the overall firmness of the encapsulated lunar is almost unbearable during a very painful break-in period. And even when you do break them in, the cushion is just too stiff and doesn't provide enough court feel to compensate. The medial midsole also uses a Phylon foam, which may or may not be the cause for stabbing in this area, and it even occurs after the lengthy break-in period. So to sum things up, the cushion just provides little to no impact protection, barely enough court feel, and has a very long break-in period, which simply isn't worth it when other models on the market today are ready to go straight out of the box. Speaking of straight out of the box, initially the ballistic mesh-like upper feels pretty stiff, but after a standard break-in period, the materials actually end up being slightly above average. When you first slip your foot in the Kobe A.D, you may feel like they're way too stiff, but the more you use them, the more comfortable they get, and eventually you won't even notice that anything's there, which is a good thing as it provides a distraction-free environment for your foot. The padding on the inner lining is definitely more on the firm side, which isn't a major issue, but I would have liked to seen something a little bit more plush, especially on the inner tongue. But overall, the materials on the Kobe A.D are very serviceable once broken in and are even durable enough to recommend for outdoor use. Next up is the fit, and the Kobe signature line is very consistent when it comes to this category, and the Kobe A.D is no exception. If you got a size 10.5 in the Kobe 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, you're gonna wanna get a size 10.5 in the Kobe A.D as the materials fit around your foot very nicely. So nicely, in fact, that the dynamic fly wire that's integrated into the lacing system almost feels unnecessary, but it is nice to have it there just in case you need to make minor adjustments to ensure a seamless experience. The fit in the Kobe A.D is by far its best feature despite its other flaws, but if you have a really wide foot, going up half a size might be your best option, as there's little to no wiggle room in the A.D even after you break them in. Lastly, let's talk about the support, and the Kobe A.D definitely takes a minimalistic approach with its support system, but when it works, it does just enough to make you feel secure on court. The materials and dynamic fly wire provide a lockdown fit, while an external heel cup and slight outrigger provide lateral support. But like I mentioned in the traction section, the outsole started to separate from the midsole, and this completely counteracted the entire support system and made it impossible for me to feel fully secure during my time in the Kobe A.D. The outsole separating from the midsole is a major issue, and not only did it prevent me from making basic basketball movements, but it also increased the risk of me rolling an ankle, or even worse, tweaking a knee. Look, if you get a pair that holds up, the support in the A.D is gonna be just fine, but you are taking a risk at counting on the A.D's durability, and to me, it's really not worth taking that risk. Overall, the Kobe A.D is a sort of coup de grace of what is a fantastic signature series, and it will forever be known as the sneaker that capped off Kobe's illustrious career, but at the end of the day, it's just not worthy enough to be associated with greatness. The midsole separation from the outsole totally compromised its performance, and even if your pair does hold up, the break-in period was just too long and painful. It's pretty shocking that a product with Kobe's name would perform this badly, but in a way, it's his own fault. Kobe has groomed us to expect high standards when it comes to his signature line, and the Kobe A.D simply has no innovation, no ambition, and nothing we haven't seen before. Sure, the A.D's visual appeal is off the charts, but Nike is asking $160 for the A.D and what might be the best year ever for Encore models, and to be quite frank, it simply isn't worth half that. Anyways, guys, that pretty much takes care of the performance review for the Kobe A.D. You can read the full written performance review over at weartesters.com. I highly recommend you check it out. We go a lot more in depth. If you have any questions on the A.D, please let me know in the comment section below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. My name's Jaren. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. We now have an official release date for the Nike Kyrie 3. According to a number of release calendars, including Champs and Foot Locker, a black, total crimson, dark gray, and white colorway of the Kyrie 3 will be dropping on December 26th, which is one day